The twin flame journey is not like anything else. It isn't a typical love story, and it doesn't follow the rules most people are used to. It's a soul deep experience, one that brings the most intense emotional, spiritual, and energetic shifts a person may ever feel. When you meet your twin flame, it's not just about falling in love, it's about awakening. It's about remembering something ancient and eternal within yourself. This journey cracks open the heart, exposes your truest self, and then invites you into transformation. But transformation is never easy. It requires the falling away of illusions, the clearing of past wounds, and the acceptance of divine timing. The connection between twin flames is sacred, but it's also full of challenges. There are moments of closeness that feel like heaven, and then, often unexpectedly, moments of separation that feel like heartbreak. One of the most painful phases for many who identify with the divine feminine energy is when the divine masculine pulls away, when he suddenly goes silent, ignores messages, avoids presence, or vanishes into distance. This silence can feel like a thunderstorm moving through the soul, loud in its stillness and aching in its absence. The absence of contact can stir panic, confusion, self-doubt, and deep sadness. But behind that silence, something much deeper is unfolding. To understand why the divine masculine suddenly ignores the divine feminine, we must look beyond human behavior. We have to shift from the mind into the soul, from the hurt into the higher view. This is a sacred unraveling, not a personal rejection. Let's journey through the true spiritual meaning behind this sudden silence, understand what it reveals about the path, and see how you, especially if you are the divine feminine, can anchor into trust, healing, and deeper self-love. When the divine masculine suddenly withdraws and ignores you, it can feel like rejection. The mind naturally starts spinning stories. Did I say something wrong? Did he stop loving me? Was this all just in my head? But what's happening in truth is not about rejection. It's a mirroring. The twin flame bond is not based on the surface. It reflects the unconscious wounds, patterns, and energies both of you carry. The divine masculine silence is often a mirror to something within the divine feminine that is asking for healing. And at the same time, his withdrawal is a reflection of his own internal battle. He may be running from emotions he doesn't yet know how to handle, truths he's not yet ready to face, or spiritual pressure he doesn't understand. The silence is often involuntary, even if it appears deliberate. His soul is responding to a shift in energy. When the divine feminine rises in her power or begins to awaken more deeply, this can unconsciously trigger a reaction in the masculine. It's not personal, but it is deeply spiritual. The silence is his way of coping with energy he doesn't know how to integrate yet. Instead of seeing his distance as abandonment, try to witness it as an invitation to reflect. What is this moment showing you about your own self-worth, emotional security, or expectations? Are you looking to him to validate your connection to love or spirit? Are you placing your peace in his presence rather than anchoring it within? This is a time to gently pull back, not to punish or mirror him back, but to return to yourself. Use this period as a time to deepen your own connection with your heart. Let yourself feel what's rising. Let yourself grieve if needed. But don't internalize his silence as a statement of your value. It never is. The divine masculine, especially in the early phases of awakening, often does not have the tools to communicate or express the emotional shifts he feels in the twin flame connection. Unlike the divine feminine, who usually experiences emotional openness and intuitive insight more naturally, the masculine is often learning how to feel and interpret emotions in real time. This connection opens wounds that may have been buried for years, even lifetimes. It forces both twins to feel everything. For the masculine, who may have grown up in environments that told him to hide emotion, appear strong, and avoid vulnerability, this emotional flood can be overwhelming. Silence is his way of trying to process. He may go quiet, not because he doesn't care, but because he cares more than he knows how to explain. He may be overwhelmed by feelings of guilt, fear, shame, or confusion. He may be unsure of how to navigate the depth of your bond while also managing the life he currently lives. The weight of transformation might scare him, and the intensity of your love may feel too blinding. He could be feeling inadequate, unready, or worried that he'll fail you. Sometimes he's not ignoring you out of indifference, but out of deep internal chaos. He steps back not to leave you behind, but to try to find himself. This doesn't mean the silence is fair or easy to endure, but knowing that he is not emotionally abandoning you can help you soften the edge of the pain. He is not your enemy. He is a soul walking through fire. And sometimes, walking through fire requires solitude. You can honor this by staying grounded in your own emotional well-being. Let him have his space to process, but don't wait frozen. Keep living, keep healing, and keep connecting with your own emotions too. You are allowed to feel everything that comes up in this space: loneliness, anger, longing, but don't lose yourself in those feelings. When the divine masculine begins to awaken spiritually, it often comes suddenly. Your presence, energy, or even a certain conversation between you might have triggered an energetic activation in him. This can open doors he didn't even know existed. Visions, dreams, memories, unexplained feelings, or deep questioning of his life, values, and identity. This awakening, while ultimately beautiful, is also disorienting. It can feel like the ground beneath his feet is crumbling. Everything he thought was stable, his job, his beliefs, his relationships, even his understanding of love, can start to dissolve. This spiritual shock often leads to retreat. He may ignore you not because he doubts the connection, but because the connection has pushed him into awakening. And awakening can feel like being lost in the dark at first. In silence, he may be questioning everything. He may be grieving his old self. He may be trying to figure out what's real. And though his higher self is fully aware of your bond, his human self may be scrambling to understand what's happening. This stage is deeply sacred, even though it feels painful. It's the turning point where his soul begins to remember. And while you can't walk this part for him, you can support it by staying in alignment with your own awakening. Resist the urge to chase, to force answers, or to demand understanding. That will only overwhelm him further. Instead, offer quiet strength. Stay open in your heart but rooted in your energy. Show him through your actions that love does not demand, control, or collapse under silence. Love witnesses. Love waits, not in desperation, but in divine knowing. This is one of the deepest truths in the twin flame journey. Union always passes through separation. The purpose of the connection is not only to be together, it's to awaken, to rise, and to remember your divinity. And that path requires healing the parts of you that still operate from fear, codependency, or unhealed patterns. When the divine masculine ignores you, it often marks a phase of necessary soul separation. This isn't about breaking the bond, it's about strengthening it in the spiritual realm. It gives both twins the space to clear old programming. The silence becomes a womb where transformation happens. This is the time when the divine feminine is called to rise, to release her attachment to external validation, to stop defining her worth by his actions, to remember that she is not half of a soul. She is whole, sovereign, and complete. During this separation, you will be called to nurture your spiritual path, to deepen your connection with the divine, to discover your soul's purpose beyond romantic union. You will be invited to awaken your inner power, not in rebellion against his absence, but in remembrance of who you are. As you do this, the energy between you shifts, and when both twins rise in their own alignment, union becomes inevitable, not just in form, but in vibration. But the path to that union is not linear. It spirals. It dances between closeness and distance, presence and silence, until both twins are ready to meet in truth. So when he ignores you, don't see it as the end. See it as the sacred pause, the space the universe gives you both to breathe, to become, and to remember. Perhaps the most important invitation during this time is to return to inner union. The twin flame journey starts and ends within. It is not about chasing your counterpart. It is about becoming whole inside yourself. When the masculine pulls away, your soul is being asked to anchor into your divine feminine wisdom. This means nurturing your emotional body, honoring your intuition, trusting your inner guidance, softening into surrender, not as defeat, but as deep trust in the divine plan. It also means balancing your own inner masculine. Many divine feminines carry wounds around abandonment, rejection, and feeling unseen. The silence of the masculine can awaken these wounds, and this is where healing begins. Ask yourself, where have I abandoned my own needs? Where have I ignored my truth to keep someone else comfortable? Where have I been hard on myself, doubting my worth? This is your chance to become your own sanctuary. to give yourself the attention, the presence, and the devotion you desire from him. When you do this, you become magnetic, not in a manipulative way, but in an authentic way. Your energy becomes rooted, clear, and radiant, and it shifts the entire dynamic. Because the more you are in union with yourself, the more your twin feels it on a soul level. And that union pulls both of you forward, whether it happens visibly now or unfolds in divine timing. You are not waiting. You are not abandoned. You are being shaped into the vessel that can hold the love you both are destined to embody. It's easy to assume something is wrong when the divine masculine suddenly becomes silent. The mind may quickly jump to conclusions. Did I do something wrong? Is he gone for good? Was the connection not real after all? These thoughts can become loud and painful, especially when you long for reassurance. But this silence is not a sign that you are being punished. It's not a message that you failed or that you are unworthy of love. It's something much more sacred. This silence is a doorway, a portal into the next chapter of your spiritual journey. This period of quiet is not empty. It holds powerful energy. In the absence of outer connection, the soul begins to guide you inward. You are being offered space, real, uninterrupted space, to reflect, to grow, and to release everything that no longer serves your highest self. You are not being left behind. You are being invited to rise into a deeper version of who you truly are. In silence, the masks start to fall away. You begin to notice the habits, thoughts, or emotional patterns that may have kept you stuck. You start to hear your own intuition more clearly. You might uncover old wounds that were hidden beneath the surface, wounds that need your attention now. And as you face them, not with fear but with compassion, you begin to heal. This healing doesn't make you weaker. It makes you wiser. It softens the harsh parts within you and strengthens the parts that are ready to lead with love. And while you are doing this, your divine masculine is also going through his own process. Even if he isn't speaking, even if you can't see what he's doing, his soul is working too. The connection between you hasn't disappeared. It may feel invisible, but it hasn't ended. Energy can't be broken. It only changes shape. What you share is not based on constant words. It's rooted in soul, and soul bonds don't fade with silence. Instead of focusing on what is missing, shift your awareness to what is being given. This time apart is giving you a chance to know yourself more deeply. It's calling you to fall in love with your own heart, to become grounded in your own truth, and to no longer seek wholeness through someone else. When you realize you are already whole, the connection evolves into something much more balanced and free. Allow this silence to shape you. Let it teach you where you were still looking outside of yourself for love. Let it show you how strong your spirit is. Let it push you inward until you realize that everything you've been searching for lives inside of you. This is your transformation. This is your return to inner power. You don't have to chase anyone. You don't have to beg for answers. You don't have to prove your worth. The right people, especially those with a true spiritual bond to you, will meet you when your energy is in alignment. If your twin is meant to walk forward with you again, he will. But even if he doesn't come back now or in this lifetime, your pair path is still sacred. Your journey still matters. You are here for more than just reunion. You are here to embody the soul you truly are. So rise up, not for him, but for you. Your light is meant to shine, and it will continue to shine with or without his presence beside you. To be ignored by the one your soul feels deeply connected to is one of the hardest things you may ever face. It leaves you questioning, hurting, and wondering what you did to deserve such silence. But hidden within that pain is a gift, a powerful invitation to turn inward, to grow, and to come home to yourself. The silence of your twin flame is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to awaken you. When someone you love pulls away, it forces you to reconnect with the parts of yourself that you may have forgotten. It peels back the illusions and brings the truth to the surface. It may hurt, but it also reveals where your strength truly lives. This connection is not about clinging to another person. It's about discovering the vast love that already exists within you. The purpose of this bond is not just romantic union. It's inner transformation. It is the spark that lights up your soul and brings you back to your true self. Sometimes love asks you to stand alone so you can rise without attachment. Sometimes you are led into silence so that you can hear your own soul more clearly. You may not feel strong right now, but the strength is already within you. You may feel like you're losing something, but in truth, you are being returned to what can never be lost, your divine essence. As you walk forward, let your pain be your teacher. Let your longing lead you to love yourself more. Let your tears water the soil of your soul so something new can grow. You are not broken. You are being shaped by love in its rawest, most powerful form. Keep going, even when it hurts. Keep believing, even when nothing makes sense. Keep loving, not in desperation, but in grace. Love your journey. Love your growth. Love the soul that you are becoming. Your twin may be silent now, but silence doesn't mean absence. His higher self is still connected to yours, and your soul is always speaking, always guiding, always comforting, always leading you back to light. You are not lost. You are finding your way. And every step you take, through silence, through sorrow, through strength, is a step closer to your truth. So walk with your head held high. You are not waiting for someone else to complete you. You are remembering that you are already whole. And one day, whether in this lifetime or another, all the pieces will come together. Until then, trust your path, trust your light, and most of all, trust the love that lives within you. It has never left, and it never will.